says Ward 1. So when that gets ordered, we need to make sure that says Ward 3 for Leona.
He did email us and
He
told us.
did? Okay, so that's fixed. Okay, I wanted to bring that to the commissioner's attention.
Why, isn't there a sign at Suffolk Park?
We're going to be replacing them with
you're replacing
the renderings that were in your packet.
All of the parks are replaced?
Well, eventually, we want to try these first two,
Oh.
see how they're installed, see how they look, and then we'll continue to move on. Shauna, how many were total with the committee that you had one for every park? And then how many gateway signs? Do you remember? 12?
12 and 9.
12 and 9?
Mistaken.
So we're at 12 and 9. Now, this is up in excess of $500,000 for the entire project.
Ooh.
So we talked about the possibility of figuring out a way to finance those as we talk about this capital plan down the road.
Sure.
You know, again, we've got the sign project, we've got the second phase of the paving, we've got the fire station, we've got Whitcomb Street, we've got some of these other things that the 7 of us are gonna have to kind of decide and talk to Michael and Trista and decide how are we going to do this thing. So, but we wanted to start with two examples for now.
Are the new signs the same color?
No, they're in your packet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'll show you though.
How did I miss?
Out with the old, in with the
Oh, they're
new.
purple.
They're purple, and then
Merrillville High
there's,
School.
then there's the gateway that'll be at 101st and Broadway.
Oh, okay.
And then this one will be at Suffolk Park.
Very good.
And we'll start
There-
with that one and go from there.
That purple.
They're updated, Marge, for the heart. They're also updated with the slogan for the heart of the region.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So with that being said, Sean, I don't know if there's anything else from the committee to add. Any other questions, Margie?
No, I didn't.
All right.
I think I asked enough.
All right, Chair will entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Uzelak, seconded by Mrs. Haynes Edwards, to approve the gateway sign and park sign proposal invoices. Michael, you will, I take it, handle that along with Angie? All right?
I'll absolutely help her in any way I can.
And we'll probably need to get with Angie, probably need to get with Steve King and Bob and maybe even Shauna and Rhonda just as a wrap up and get this first one in, okay?
Sure.
All right. Do we need a roll call on the dollar amount, Joe? Okay. Angie, would you take a roll call on this?
Counselor Haynes Edwards,
Aye.
Counselor Uzelak,
Yes,
Counselor Pettit,
Yes. Motion carries 3-0. Next item on the agenda, ladies, is, there's no other new business, is there, Angie?
no other new business.
Okay. The next item on the agenda for the RDC is a resolution 25-06. It's a resolution of the Town of Merrillville Redevelopment Commission approving a form of economic development agreement and related matters thereto for Hallmark Development Incorporated. With the help of Mr. Svetnoff, this is the next step. This was we took the initial step for what is known as a developer-backed bond for Randy Hall, Liberty Estates West. This is the next step. After this, I believe, Angie, there is a resolution at the town council tonight as well.
Correct.
Okay. Joe, is there anything to add on this resolution?
No, not at all. We've talked about it, talked about this project, infinite items, so everybody's familiar with it.
Okay. All right. Is there any further discussion or questions from the council? Let the record show that Commissioner Chandler Felton has joined us, so we now have 4 members. Thank you, Leona. Sorry about the confusion on the time.
That's okay.
Anything else, ladies?
None.
Seeing none, Chair will entertain a motion.
so moved.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Uzelak, seconded again by Mrs. Haynes Edwards. Any further discussion? This is a voice vote, Joe?
Do a roll call.
All right, Angie, do a roll call on this, please.
Counselor Chandler Felton,
Aye.
Counselor Haynes Edwards,
Aye.
Counselor Uzelak,
Yes,
and Counselor Pettit.
Aye. Motion carries 4-0. The last item on the agenda, ladies, is Resolution 25-07, is a resolution of the Merrillville Redevelopment Commission approving a proposed tax abatement for Panduit Sales Corporation. This is a proposed tax abatement on a personal property tax. We have representative from Panduit here. Lars, good evening. This came last night. We had an Economic Development Committee meeting, which includes myself, Margie,
Yes,
Rhonda,
right.
and John Jordan and Deanna Patina, and they gave a favorable recommendation
Sure.
to granting this personal property tax abatement, and this is for equipment inside the
Right.
building on Mississippi, the 455,000 square foot building that is on Mississippi. So with that being said, are there any questions of the two commissioners that weren't there last night? I guess, Margie, you and I kind of asked a lot of questions last
Yeah.
night. So if either lady has a question, I'm sure Lars would be happy to answer it for you.
Maybe you could give us a summary?
A summary,
From
yes,
last
actually there is. Angie, do you want to read that staff report and recommendation into the record?
I sure
For
will.
the commissioners? Did you get that at your spot, Leona?
Yes.
Okay,
So this applicant is Panduit Sales Corp. The representative here is Lars Forsgren Green. And the property is at 9945 Mississippi Street. This is a 475,000 square foot distribution center on 54 acres. They've made a total investment of $76,525. Construction costs were $43,300,000. Land was $10,475,000, and the equipment, manufacturing and equipment, $17,050,000. Their furniture, fixtures, and technology needs will be an additional $5,700,000. They anticipate anywhere from 130 to 150 new permanent jobs, with an annual payroll of $7.3 million. This is a company that's relocated from Illinois and made Merrillville their home.
Okay,
okay, thank you, Angie.
thank you.
Okay, any other questions or
No.
comments?
No.
Okay, this next step, this is our recommendation, ladies, to the town council. There will be a preliminary resolution, and then there will be an advertised public hearing after tonight in 2 weeks. On March 11th, there will be a public hearing, public comment on the final resolution. If it's approved tonight and tomorrow, in 2 weeks, then it will go into effect. Lars, did you want to say anything on behalf of Panduit, if you care to?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, step up to the podium real quick and state your name and address for the record.
Lars Forsgren, the address of the company. So it's 9945 Mississippi Street in Indiana. So first of all, thank you for having me here, and thanks for the support so far in our project. As we heard here, we are making a major investment for our company, and it's an opportunity for us to grow our business. And as we heard, we will hire about 130 to 150 people. We chose this because of the location and the support from the town here. And then we also chose it because we could buy the land and make it so we can expand on the land. So we are looking forward to a long-term commitment. Panduit have several operations around the world, and a few here in the neighboring states, and we are long-term employers. So we make long-term commitments. So the other sides, there are 30 to 35 years commitments from our side. So if you have any other questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Any other questions for Lars?
No.
Okay, seeing none, Chair will entertain a motion on Resolution 2507.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Uzelak, seconded by Mrs. Haynes Edwards, to approve Resolution 25-07. Is there any further discussion amongst the commission members? Seeing none, Angie, roll call, please.
Counselor Chandler Felton,
Aye.
Counselor Haynes Edwards,
Aye.
Counselor Uzelak,
Yes.
and Counselor Pettit.
Yes. 4-0, motion carries. Okay, anything else, ladies?
No.
Seeing none, Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and seconded, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, aye, aye.
There you go, Joe. All right.